You know what it's like in Glasgow, everybody's big man. All right, big man, how's it going, big man?
It's very important for us as a city to establish in the minds of the visitors a real impression.
It'll be quite an eye-catching object. I mean, we're talking over 100 feet tall.
It's going to change people's lives, and you know, it will be something that will be there for future generations to enjoy and admire.
We understand that there's only one similar structure in the UK which was built several hundred years ago.
It is a great project, and I've got no doubt we can achieve it.
I think it will be a fantastic addition to the skyline of the city.
Delivering this bridge can reconnect these communities. It can bring a new vitality to the town centre.
You know, this is something for the city of Glasgow. This will be an amazing thing if we get this guy built.
We know this story well. This place used to be crowded, dense with people. The Forth and Clyde Canal so busy with barges stacked full of materials being sent all over the world. This spot, Stockingfield Junction, linking Maryhill, Rockhill and beyond, which used to bring people together, now keeps them apart. But there are signs of better things to come.
I suppose my first creative ideas were probably pretty out there, but the key thing was that it fired up the imagination of the engineers and the landscape designer, and we began to really get into it. And I suppose it was a process of elimination. In amongst those original sketches, there was one which really began to click with people, and we could see that that one could actually happen.
We didn't want to create a bridge with a sculpture on it that could then be taken away. We wanted the two to be integral. You know, we wanted to have the sculpture that was actually part of the structure, that was actually doing something, and that was a kind of, you know, that guided us through the process.
I worked closely with the Halcro engineers, with Colin Walker, because he was simultaneously working on the structural members and all the pylon details.
They wanted to try and get a marriage of engineering and art together, so me and Andy sat down together and basically brainstormed a couple of ideas.
They set the parameters for me, if you like, in terms of the extent of the figure and the pose of the figure, how much I could twist him and just add in those little elements that make him look as if he really is lifting something. There's a kind of movement in the hips and there's a twist in the head. Just those wee subtle touches that try and set it apart and make it look less like a big bridge support and more like the big man. I don't do computer-aided design or anything. For me, it's all hand-drawn, and it's a very important part of what I do, is that it's from these hands and this head, you know, it's still, I suppose these days it's quite old-fashioned, but it's very important to me.
When you're dealing with a project like this, which is obviously going to be high profile, you have to be sure that the community fully understands why you're doing it, and that they don't just perceive it as a very expensive piece of infrastructure. The community's central to this project. A series of meetings were held, and the response was overwhelmingly in favour of it, and that gave us the confidence to take it on to the next stage. Delivering this bridge can reconnect these communities. It can bring a new vitality to the town centre. It's a very uninviting area. At present, because there's no continuous towpath, they get to Stockingfield Junction and then they have to come down off the canal through a very dingy, dark aqueduct area with virtually no pedestrian footpath or pavement, dodging oncoming traffic, and then back up onto the canal or down through the road system.
The towpath activity has grown enormously. Instead of getting into their car, you get people out there cycling, walking, people going to work, people going to see their relatives, people walking to see a friend or going down the pub.
It's important that it's not just about the bridge. All the other added parts of the infrastructure, like the improvements to the towpath surfaces and the connecting paths, are all vitally important as well, so that you get that public footfall and use of the area that will bring the security to the area that make people comfortable to use it.
Well, this is the very first stage. We've come up with a concept, we've found the funding to design it and to take it to planning. The next stage is a little bit more difficult. We've And we've got to work with the community. We've got to develop funding streams. We've still got a lot of cash that we need to bring into this project. It is a great project, and I've got no doubt we can achieve it, but we need support of both the local community, the council, and potential funders from far and wide to make this vision come to life, to give Glasgow and Maryhill its big man.